Hello, it's good to see you again on this edition of BOI Impact. I am Sheung Olagunju. You're welcome. The goal of BOI's growth platform is to provide small tranches of capital and capacity to millions of enterprises, traders, service providers, artisans, farmers, enabling them to raise their productivity, boost their incomes, strengthen the sustainability of their businesses, and contribute to jobs creation and economic development. To date, it has positively impacted over 4 million micro, small and medium enterprises in Nigeria with a portfolio of over $400 million in credit and grants. Recently, the Bank of Industry officially launched the Aid for Productivity report, which chronicles BOI's growth platform, the human and technological infrastructure built over the years to drive multiple large-scale intervention programs for micro, small and medium enterprises. Some of the programs are the Government Enterprise Empowerment Program GEEP, MSME Survival Fund, the World Bank NG Cares, the East Rehabilitation Fund, among others. Dignitaries at the event were the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Otunba Niyi Adebayo, the Chairman of the BOI Board, Alhaji Aliyu Dikko, the Managing Director and CEO of the Bank of Industry, Mr. Olukayode Pitan, BOI's Executive Director, Micro Enterprises, Mrs. Toyin Adeniji, as well as development partners, financial institutions and technology startups. Here are the highlights of the event. The report, Aid for Productivity, Innovating to Overcome Poverty in Africa Through Enterprise, is authored by Toyin Adeniji, the Executive Director, Micro Enterprises Bank of Industry, and Uzoma Nwagba, the Chief Operating Officer, BOI Growth Platform. The report presents the growth platform's bold thinking and how it has rapidly built scale. The report further outlines the vision, advanced infrastructure, and key partnerships that have made its numerous achievements possible. The growth platform offers a seamless process, technology and field infrastructure for funds delivery to micro, small and medium businesses. With the power of biometrics, BVN as digital collateral, mobile data capture, mobile wallets and a 22,000 strong agent network.
This approach to MSME financing.
Speaking at the event, BOI's Managing Director, Mr. Olukayode Pitan, said the growth platform has provided support for over 4 million micro, small and medium enterprises, MSMEs, in Nigeria.
This is a set of human and technological infrastructure and partnership we have built over the past 5 years to scale our impact on micro, small and medium enterprises. This approach to MSME financing and financial inclusion has positively impacted over 4 million micro, small, and medium enterprises in Nigeria, unlocking productivity and seeking to roll back poverty at scale. With a $472 million portfolio of credit and grants till date, the growth platform has manifested in programs such as the Government Enterprise and Empowerment Program, GEEP, the East Rehabilitation Fund, NERF, the World Bank Nigeria COVID-19 Action Recovery and Economic Stimulus Program, NG Cares, the National Women Empowerment Fund, NAWEF, and some state-owned intervention. We have developed other platforms too. We have another one developed to handle the MSME Survival Fund, through which other government programs like the payroll support, artisans and transport support, guaranteed offtake scheme, and the export expansion facility fund have been disbursed, through which we have disbursed over 100 billion naira. It will also interest you to know that we are the implementing bank for the Islamic Development Bank Business Resilience Assistance for Value-Adding Services for Women, the BRAVE program in Nigeria. We are also the implementing bank for ADB IDICE program in Nigeria. In the last 5 years, we have also intensified our activities and impact on the MSME segment. Nigeria's MSME segment employs 76% of the country's labor, and so the importance of this segment cannot be overemphasized. This is why the bank has made it a strategic imperative to scale our impact activities in this segment, thereby protecting livelihoods and creating jobs. The growth platforms have become a critical tool to achieve this imperative, and since its creation, the activities on our platforms have grown exponentially. Today, through this particular platform, we offer end-to-end processes, technology, and field infrastructure for transparent profiling and delivery of financing to MSMEs in all local governments of Nigeria. We achieve this with the power of digital identity, biometrics, BVN as collateral, a 22,000-man field agent network, extensive data capture, partnership, and integration with financial institutions and fintech platforms, to mention a few. Our work has not gone unnoticed on the continent. We received the African Bankers Award for the most impactful microcredit scheme in 2019, as well as the award for innovation in financial services in 2021, both of which were organized by the African Development Bank. We have also received similar accolades from other notable institutions. I want to use this opportunity to thank all our partners who have been part of our journey from inception. This is a long journey, a legacy that will outlast us as initiators or custodians. Specifically, I wish to thank the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation for their pioneering partnership and for their major contribution to the development of this report. I also wish to acknowledge all our other partners, vendors, and stakeholders across our programs. As a bank, we are not resting on our laurels. We continue to expand our project portfolio and to reach out to MSMEs. At our pace of growth, we can impact up to 10 million MSMEs by 2025.
The Executive Director, Micro Enterprises at the Bank of Industry, Mrs. Toyin Adeniji, said the growth platform has been able to respond to the financial support to MSMEs in creative ways.
The growth platform, as has already been said, demonstrates that finance or funding to MSME is sustainable, is viable, and is productive. Hence the title for the report, Aid for Productivity. And the report clearly states a new way of thinking, as opposed to the traditional school of thought, where finance equates aid, and aid equates survival or vulnerability. We have seen firsthand from data taken from the field that finance to MSMEs, aid to MSMEs, funding to MSMEs is productive and has resultant multiplier effect. I would like to say a very big thank you to His Excellency, the Vice President of Nigeria. It all started with his vision, and I can still remember the early days. We would like to thank our very own indefatigable Mr. Olukayode Pitan, the Managing Director of the Bank of Industry. He has been a key enabler and supporter to the growth platform and to the actualization of this report. To the board of BOI, my chairman, sir, and also to the management, executive management of the Bank of Industry, also supporting the cause all the way. So much interest, so much positive and encouraging words, and always there for us and cheering us on. Thank you very much, sirs and ma'as.
The Chief Operating Officer of the Growth Platform, Uzoma Nwagba, stated that the Growth Platform has been a powerful generator of opportunities for young entrepreneurs.
The Bank of Industries set up this infrastructure, and we used it to drive a bunch of programs. So all of this is on the back of programs. We cut our teeth with the GEEP program, which a lot of you are familiar with, to build this infrastructure, the human banks, the technology, the systems, the processes across all local governments in Nigeria. And the GEEP program, we started in 2016, Market Money, Farm Money, and TraderMoni. These are products that are fairly familiar to you. What we have done with that program is not just test the waters, but build our infrastructure, or start to build infrastructure, but also achieve tremendous impact, as you have seen. 2.4 million candidates, 2.4 million MSMEs, and this is out of over 7 million MSMEs that we profiled. This was also an opportunity to give them their first financing tools, so a lot of these beneficiary enterprises were banking for the first time in any form. And of course, those that were bigger businesses, they all already had financing tools, which was about 50% of the portfolio. But what we had was an infrastructure that could do so many more things. Because once you build a road or a rail, you can drive or ride many things on it. And so this is, the idea then became, how do we open ourselves to partnerships? Some were partnership inbound programs in the government, some were programs within the Bank of Industry that were initiated. But because we had this asset already in the bank, it's just using it to continue to reinforce and drive impact on enterprises. And so we went to partnership with Open Arms, and the idea became, we can do more than credit. We can do grants, we can train people, you can do capacity building, you can offer insurance. It just depends on which partner you have and what impact they are seeking to have. But the rails have been built, and the access to those enterprises in a credible and transparent way already exists. And so this led to the suite of programs that we have been involved in executing. Today we are in 7 programs, executed or executing a suite of 7 programs, and have impacted 4.1 million beneficiaries.
Representatives of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and the World Bank also gave their remarks.
I would like to add my congratulations to the MD CEO of the Bank of Industry and to the Growth Platform team for delivering and sustaining much needed products and services to financially underserved and excluded population in Nigeria. The report that has been launched today aptly summarizes your effort and capture the key learning from your success and step back. I would like to thank Mr. Olukayode Pitan for the opportunity extended to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to contribute some remark to today's discussion. The foundation's primary goal is to reduce inequality around the world, and our work is centered on removing the barrier that prevent people from living healthy, productive life. We have consistently partnered with the federal government and other stakeholders to sustain the goal in Nigeria.
The Growth Platform is setting the stage for providing financial products that cater the nature and the size of MSMEs in the country. It leverages technology to build the credit informational gap and enhance outreach of financial services to the underserved entrepreneurs. In the World Bank, we have strong collaboration with the Growth Platform. We appreciate it, and we're strongly committed to it. It all started 2 years ago, when the COVID-19 crisis has severely impacted the livelihoods and MSMEs in Nigeria and disrupted the economy and supply chains. The World Bank partnered with the federal government and the state governments to provide swift policy response to viable yet vulnerable MSMEs that were urgently needing it. The Growth Platform stepped in as a reliable, sustainable, scalable, and widely represented partner to this critical engagement. The Growth Platform today is partnering with more than 29 states, Your Excellency, for implementation of the MSME support component of around $160 million of the World Bank Nigeria Cares program that is extending across all states. And Your Excellency honored us by inaugurating it a couple of days back. The program will provide support to thousands of MSMEs in collaboration with the Growth Platform to viable yet vulnerable MSMEs on a well-defined targeting criteria that on the course of the next 18 months would support recovery across all Nigeria.
The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, said the Growth Platform's vision was to catalyze sustainable economic growth in emerging markets by empowering MSMEs with capital, skills, and critical resources.
In 2018, while I was visiting the Abubakar Gumi market in Kaduna to launch the TraderMoni program, one of our government enterprises programs, I met a gentleman who at the time was trading in ginger and garlic and was one of about 5,000 or so traders who had just received 10,000 naira, microcredit, of course, for their business in that market. I'm sure that some of us may remember what TraderMoni was, but TraderMoni, anyway, is one of the schemes in our social investment program where we loan small amounts of money to informal traders. But what struck me about what he said, especially about how he got to be selected to benefit, was that he said, I just applied. I didn't know anybody. They came here, they captured my data last week, and I got the alert yesterday, and there he was showing me the alert on his phone. Stories like Jafar's story had become all too familiar over the years. It's a consistent tune that I hear as I engage beneficiaries of our intervention programs. And I'm sure many of those who work in the field on these intervention programs experience the same sorts of reactions. And this is perhaps for me one of the most satisfying things about the way our social intervention schemes and several of our schemes and interventions on behalf of MSMEs work. There is a platform that can process applications from potential beneficiaries, pay out credit or other benefits, maintain auditable records seamlessly. However, a critical sector of the hardworking Nigerians that we try to impact or that we were looking to impact were the micro, small, and medium enterprises. This group had been left far behind historically, and the path to reach them was even less figured out. Most of these businesses, of course, as you know, are informal, but they account for close to 50% of our GDP and 76% of our labor force. So this demography, of course, was far too important to ignore. We had to start solving for them. Today, we witness the successes of a long and ambitious journey targeting and impacting MSMEs with interventions. The results, in my view, have far exceeded even what was envisioned. The infrastructure and processes that have been built to achieve this are nothing short of remarkable. People wonder what was done differently this time. One of the key decisions that was made was to give a free hand to an institution with a track record, the Bank of Industry in this case, as well as a team of competent, experienced Nigerian professionals to understand and solve the problem. So the question was, how do you solve this big problem of getting credit and getting services to millions of people in far-flung areas of Nigeria? So we thought the best idea would be to give the problem to professionals to think through and tell us how to deal with it. So BOI was that organization that we gave the problem to, and a set of very experienced professionals that work there and that are their partners. And today, what we have is BOI's Growth Platform, Africa's largest infrastructure for direct interventions to MSMEs. This growth platform that we are launching today serves a broad range of institutions beyond government, supporting them to execute huge programs for the benefit of the Nigerian people. Some of these institutions include the World Bank and the African Development Bank. While what we are witnessing today is impressive, for sure, it should not be surprising. The growth platform is precisely who we are. This is the story of the Nigerian can-do spirit and the entrepreneurial DNA that we carry. This is a shining case study of what President Muhammadu Buhari strongly asserted, that Nigerians will solve Nigeria's problems. And this is an example of what we can achieve when we unleash the best of our people, especially our young people, on the toughest of our challenges and give them a free hand to deliver results. I must commend the Managing Director of the Bank of Industry for being the strongest enabler of this work, and under whose watch the results have been produced. Specifically, I must applaud the Growth Platform team at BOI, led by Mrs. Toyin Adeniji, Executive Director of the bank, with Uzoma Nwakpa as its Chief Operating Officer. Aptly, Toyin and Uzoma are the co-authors of the Aid for Productivity report that we are launching today, as what better people can tell that story than the individuals in the trenches who created it. They are brought to bear the best of experience and bold thinking, the depths of innovation and youth, and a detailed understanding of the Nigerian spirit to build an operation and impact that has become a national pride. Of course, we've heard of the various awards that this growth platform has won in the past couple of years. The over 4 million micro, small, and medium enterprises impacted to date, and the several more to come, are a direct testament to their hard work. And then finally, to commend the Honorable Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment and his ministry for the great work that they've done in the past few years, not just nurturing Bank of Industry and all these great efforts, but the Survival Fund and the various other intervention programs.
BOI's growth platform is Africa's largest executor of micro, small and medium business interventions. It is a nationwide infrastructure executed by the Bank of Industry, employing technology, big data and extensive field agent network to deliver end-to-end design and execution of programs targeted at micro, small and medium enterprises, MSMEs, for governments, international organizations and private sector entities. The growth platform's vision is to catalyze sustainable economic growth in emerging markets by empowering MSMEs with capital, skills and critical resources. Ambitious it may seem, but with BOI's sterling track record and results achieved so far, it is achievable. That's it on BOI Impact for now. I am Seun Olagunju. Thanks for watching.